what we're doing is hard. What we're doing is hard. I laugh at people who tell me I give people the easy way out. I laugh in their face. I'm like, you have no idea what we actually do if you can say that out loud. The difference is in a lot of those other programs, people pretend, not everybody, there are some really, really great programs, some really good people within those programs. But in a lot of the other programs, people pretend, oh, well, we told them what to do. They just didn't do it.
Welcome to the Ignited Recovery Podcast, a new way forward for anyone looking for answers but feeling left out. If you've been searching for empowerment, triumph, and purpose, you've found them right here. You won't hear the same solutions, and you're not going to have any excuses to fall back on, because Ignited Recovery allows heroes to rise and become their best selves. I'm Dr. Jaffe, and I can't wait to be your guide on this journey. Are you ready to become an ignited hero?
We say this, I think it's actually even in the book, The Abstinence Myth, but knowledge is not change. Knowledge is incredibly important, but knowledge in itself is not change. Knowledge acted on consistently over time creates change. And the reason I think that's important is a lot of us, so I have this phrase I used to say a lot. I haven't said it in a while, I feel like, but I always say that we're most scared of the things we don't understand. Why am I doing this is a really scary question. Because when you behave in ways that you yourself don't understand, it's really scary, because you can tell yourself you don't want to do something, then you find yourself doing it. You don't know why. It feels anxiety provoking and stressful. And then you find some reasons, and the reasons relax the fear. The anxiety goes down. You go, oh, that's why I do it. And then you can't change. And you go, what the hell is wrong with me? I now know why I do the thing, but I'm still doing it even though I don't want to. And so now the fear transfers to something else, which is not why do I do this, but why can't I change even though I know that I do this? So it's still fear about an unknown. So I just want to explain to you, knowledge doesn't actually change your behavior. If it would, imagine what self-help books would do. Just imagine for a second, how to lose 20 pounds in 30 days. All I got to do is read the book. Boom, everything transfers immediately to my life. I'm perfect. I never eat gluten again, right? I look at dairy and I go, oh, heck no. This is like, are you kidding me? We know it doesn't work like that. We all know it doesn't work like that. But when it happens to us, we go, what's wrong with me? I've read 15 books about this. Guys, what we're doing is hard. What we're doing is hard. I laugh at people who tell me I give people the easy way out. I laugh in their face. I'm like, you have no idea what we actually do if you can say that out loud. The difference is in a lot of those other programs, people pretend, not everybody, there are some really, really great programs, some really good people within those programs. But in a lot of the other programs, people pretend, oh, well, we told them what to do. They just didn't do it. It's on them, right? Like, it's what my least favorite passage on the face of the planet in the recovery world is how it works. It starts with, rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. And I would be sitting at the meeting, I'd be like, fucking bullshit. Mostly have you seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed your path. The vast majority of people who's walked into 12-step groups have failed. But there's an important distinction in that sentence. You get this very subjective understanding of what thoroughly followed our path is. So the defense always for a subgroup of people who believe in every program, I'm not only putting the 12-step, it's just they literally have a phrase that is idiotic and it just says it right there. And you're like, you're obviously not looking at the same data I'm looking at, but they have this like catch-all thing that says, no. Our program works for everybody. If it didn't work for you, there's either something wrong with you, and there's a part of how it works in there. You know, those who are not, are people who are constitutionally unable to be truthful or honest. I'm like, wait, you just called everybody who doesn't succeed in 12-step either a constitutional liar or emotionally and psychologically deficient. Like that's what that sentence, that's what that entire passage, I would get so angry. I actually wrote an article that I think it's called like How It Doesn't Work or something like that. What we are doing is difficult. It's difficult because we've all been doing things one way for so long. It just seems like the way to do it always, even though we know we don't want to. And training ourselves to do something else is very, very difficult in all areas of life. If you eat meat and you want to become vegetarian, it's fucking tough. If you sit on the couch and watch movies all day and we want to go to the gym 5 days a week, it's really, really difficult. If you've read English your whole life and you're 55 years old and you want to go study Japanese and read and write and speak Japanese, it's difficult. Don't believe that bullshit about our brains and our genetics. Everybody's brains and genetics are different. They all have impact. Yours has an impact as well, of course. But there's nothing that makes us constitutionally unable to do anything. It's just hard shit. So what we have to find, and the thing that is so key for all of us to get over in our lives at some point, stop beating ourselves up when it doesn't work the way we want it to. Get back to work. If I have a fight with my wife and I end up yelling more than I want to, I can keep blaming her for being a you know what, or I can keep thinking about myself as an asshole, or I can just look inside and go, fuck, like, what is it that makes me agitated and activated in those fights that I feel like I have to yell? Like, where does that come from? And I have to dig into that. And then I'm going to have to do some work. My wife can't help me yell less in fights. She can't do anything about that. It's not on her. My kids can't make me less of an asshole dad. That's not on them, right? I have to do the work. It's hard. It's hard because I don't know how to do it. And I don't have models. And the other dads that I know, I don't really know what goes on behind closed doors with them. I don't really see their parenting, right? I see them when we're out, like at the park. Changing your behavior is hard. But the only way that it works is practice, practice, practice.
Thank you for tuning in to the Ignited Heroes Recovery Podcast. I really hope you found the information here useful and that we'll see you back here next week. And look, I want to make sure that this podcast is the most useful it can be for you, so please let me know by emailing info@ignited.com if there are any specific topics or questions you'd like to have addressed. As usual, if you like this episode, I would love for you to leave us a 5-star review and rating. Thanks, and see you next week.